Rand Paul has been in the news quite a bit lately, and I think it's pretty obvious why. He's going to make a run in 2016, and he's going to make the run on the platform of being a libertarian who respects people's individual rights. That's why he's come out on the right side of a number of issues, and one of the main issues that he's come out on the right side is civil liberties, of course, and the drone strikes and his opposition to the confirmation of Brennan. And now he's going to talk about the GOP and evangelicals being too eager to go to war, which everyone likes to hear.
I think that it is important that when we talk about war, that I think part of Republicans' problems, and frankly, to tell you the truth, some in the evangelical Christian movement, I think have appeared too eager for war. I tell them, when I read the New Testament and when I read about Jesus, I don't see him being involved. He wasn't really involved with the war of his days. In fact, people rebuked him for not being the king they wanted. They wanted somebody to stand up to the Romans. Blessed are the peacemakers, not blessed are the war makers.
Wow, that is wow. I did not see that coming. Did you think he was going to do? I thought it was going to be some lip service. He went right at them and used their own Bible against them.
It sounds just rational enough to eliminate any chance he has of being nominated in 2016, I think.
Yeah, it's nice knowing you, Rand. Good try.
What is he doing? He's a smart guy. He's totally wrecking his chances with all this rationality.
Is he doing that thing that George Bush did when he was in the debates? And I remember watching it, and this is before I got really political. I remember him saying, well, I'm against nation building. And I was like, what is he even talking about? So I had to look it up what that meant. And of course, as soon as he became president, he started nation building. So is this that I'm going to make a plea to the moderates or the libertarians out there to make them think I'm not a warmonger? And then as soon as he becomes president, he's going to be a warmonger. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I don't know. I mean, it seems to me that
because he's not going to lose. You know what? He's not going to lose the evangelicals. They're going to vote for Rand Paul,
vote for him.
as opposed to Hillary Clinton, right? So maybe he's doing that thing where he's trying to get the middle to come.
Well, I mean, I think the presidency has been captured by the military-industrial complex.
Yes.
So whether there's a Democrat, a Republican, or maybe even a libertarian, I don't know. They're going to warmonger because there's just so much money in it. I mean, there's just no escaping it. With Rand Paul on this issue, I think he's going to get a lot of sympathy from everyone, because who is really in favor of the wars other than those who are war profiteers?
Making the money off.
Yeah, and so he's going to perhaps lose some dollars, so maybe he won't get the campaign contributions, but he will get support from the public on this issue. And I think he's really positioning himself pretty well because just in terms of his style and his appearance, his dad, Ron Paul, seemed a little bit like I don't know. I mean, he didn't seem presidential, whatever that means. He seemed too small. His voice is too high pitched, whatever it may be.
Dennis Kucinich.
So, so people had dismissed him, but Rand Paul seems has a little bit more gravitas, maybe. And if he can just say enough sane things, he can get perhaps the middle to come to his side. And there are a lot of people who are very disenfranchised with the government. I mean, people like me. I mean, I'm sick of the government. I'm sick of the Democrats.
You mean this bought government that we have?
The bought
That's
government.
the problem.
Yeah, I'm sick of it.
That we can't, even on an issue where 90% of the American people are for it, like background check, we're not going to get it because we live in a plutocracy, right? This is what a plutocracy looks like, ladies and gentlemen, when the American people overwhelmingly want something and they don't get it. Why? Because there's a handful of people with money who don't want it, and that's it.
Yeah. So I think Rand Paul is, striking the right tone to really position himself well. Now he's going to run up against Hillary Clinton, I think, in 2016, and who knows? I think Hillary will probably win that battle anyway. But I think he's being smart about it.
I'd like to strike a dissenting note if I can. No disrespect intended to you, but I think that you might be underestimating two groups there. I think that you're right that he would, in some hypothetical sense, get the support. But one, I think that you might be underestimating the willingness of the Republican base to be whipped up into a frenzy of fear over, say, Iran maybe in the next couple of years. Like they don't want a war now, but I think that they can be convinced to like a war in the next couple of years. And also, he'll lose, like you said, the donors. But he's also going to lose immediately if he hasn't already. And from what I've seen out of like Krauthammer and Kristol and things like that, I think he's already lost Fox News. And I think that in America, for the most part, enough people support the people they're told to support. Like when you're a 12-year-old girl, you like the pop stars you're told to like, and when you are voting in a Republican nominating contest, I think that you support the people you're told to support. I think that it'll be too easy for them to cast him as just as crazy as Ron Paul in Fox News over the course of the next 2 years. I mean, look at Howard Dean. A lot of people loved him, but they cast him as crazy, and then he lost a ton of support.
Yeah, it was very easy. He went against the military-industrial complex, and they got rid of him right away. Same way they got rid of Elliot Spitzer. He went against Wall Street, and they got rid of him right away, and they used every nefarious way to get him. They were using the Patriot Act to get him for banging hookers. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy. No,
So
I mean,
we'll see.
I totally agree with you, and we'll see. And I think what Rand Paul is trying to do is trying to, circumvent all of that and go directly to the people.
Possible.
And that will be democracy in action. But we'll see. But I think you're largely correct that if he doesn't have the donors and he doesn't have Fox News, he can't win the nomination.